Hey everybody, in this brief video, going to show you how to create an OER text, kind of a personalized text, from 2 or more existing OER PDFs. So on this slide, these are the Creative Commons licenses, and I'm not going to go through and read all this to you because you can read. Instead, what I'm going to point out is the bottom licenses. Reason being, in red you'll notice, right? Cannot be adapted. No remixes, builds. What that means, unlike the others up top, if you see ND or that equal sign, you have to use that text as is. You are prohibited from going in, mixing, deleting, adding, whatever. You can't make any changes. Whereas the top 4, you're allowed to. So the easy thing to remember is what to look for, and it's the no derivative symbol. In math, right, this is an equal sign. In day-to-day life, this is what we want to see. We want to see things to be equal, but not in Creative Commons if you're looking to create a new OER from 2 or more existing OERs. What the no derivative symbol means, you cannot adapt, mix, build, edit, etc. As the text is, you must use it as is. So if you're looking to personalize a text to make it suited to your classroom, this is the enemy. So how do we do this? How do we go in and create a personalized textbook from 2 or more OERs? In the previous video, that's where I went through and walked everybody through the process of downloading, converting, etc. Right, so you already know how to do that. So boom, what do we see here? From the screenshots, you see this MS Word, right, open, and the cover to 2 different textbooks. So how did I get here? Quick review, right? I went in, found those textbooks I wanted, saved the PDF to my desktop. I right-click on the PDF, go to Open With, and I open with Microsoft Word. Please be patient when you're opening these files because these are books. These are hundreds of pages long, and it's going to take some time. So please keep that in mind. Just be patient. Then, the first thing that you want to do is find the licensing information, which I've highlighted here. This wasn't highlighted. I went in and just highlighted it to draw everybody's attention to it. This is what you want to look for. And on the text to the left, here's the license, right? There's the no derivatives. The ND is absent. What does that mean? That means it's good to go. And here's this one, right? This is what, do you remember what this one means? I do. We're good to go. That's what we want to be on the lookout for, right? If there's an equal sign or if there's ND, we can't use it for our purposes of customizing, mixing, and building. We have to use it as is, but we're okay. Now, to the left, what I did, I went in and I highlighted, right? You click and drag the text that I wanted to carry from this book over into this book. So then I did, after I got that highlighted, then I did Control-C, and then to the right, wherever I want to insert that text, I just click there and then Control V to paste. So you can see that this information here is now in this book right here. And what did I do circled in yellow? This is the licensing that was as it was directed from the book to the left on how to handle that. So I followed it to the letter. And as well, since I've now changed this, I'm going to have to go in and make changes as needed to the table of contents so that it makes sense too. So, some quick little tips here about creating an OER text from 2 or more OER PDFs, getting all of our initials in. The bulk of your time should be spent reviewing the texts. You want to start with quality materials, right? And chances are, if you really burrow deep, you might find a book that requires very little mixing or building or editing. You might find one that works as is. So this is where you should be spending the bulk of your time. This is a big tip. I've learned this one the hard way. After you download and convert your PDF to MS Word docs, save them. Why? Because if your computer crashes, you'll have it saved. This is going to be really important. Another big one. This is one that I learned the hard way. Close all apps and programs. Only have Microsoft Word running, because these are books. They are data hogs. You might find your computer running incredibly slow, especially if the PDF that you're working with has a lot of tables, charts, photos, etc. It's going to really grind and work really slow. So to keep things running smoothly and cleanly, close everything else. As I always tell my students, if you have a cat or children, please get them out of the room, because cats love to pounce on keyboards and children love to run up and give the keyboard a good whack. I don't have cats, but our children are now grown. But when our children were little, I learned this one the hard way. And if they go up and whack it, you can lose all your work. But luckily, from that second bullet point, you'll have it saved. Now, after you go in and you do that first copy-paste as you're creating and building your new text, rename and save it. This is a common theme here, naming and saving as you go, so you're not going to lose changes, you're not going to lose that document that you've spent all this time researching and building. Rename and save. It can be something as simple as copy 1, copy 2, copy 3, copy 4. It can be as simple as that until you'll get your final copy, and then you can name that one final, right? Rename and save. And this one is so true. Please be patient. Your computer may crash. How do I know this one? When I was making this PowerPoint and I had those 2 textbooks, right? What I do, I had saved the PDFs to my desktop. Then I opened each one in Word and converted to Word. So I had 200-page documents open in addition to PowerPoint and Google. And my computer said, hey, Mark, this is too much. I'm going to dip out. And my computer crashed. So then, I learned the hard way. Keep it clean when you get all this going on. And again, rename and save after each copy-paste. So, hey, everybody. So that's how it's done. So happy hunting and good luck in creating your own OER textbook.